Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? I hope all of you are doing fine. Today's lesson, I would like to introduce you one grammar that is called the negative questions. And do you ever study this grammar before? If no, I would like you to pay attention and listen to this instructional video. Okay, the negative questions. The questions that begins with negative words. Okay, so right now let's go to the first thing. In this conversation, there are three different people, and they ask you three different questions too. The first, which speaker is using the negative questions, and why is she using the negative question, and can you notice an error? Okay, you see here, A, what she saying. Aren't we hoping to raise the money for the project before we start trading? And B, she said that, yes, we are. In fact, we are already raised almost 90% of what we need. So which speaker is using the negative questions? That is speaker A, okay? She begins with the negative words aren't, okay? And we go to number 2. Why is she using the negative question? Okay, because, can you guess? Here, to confirm her ideas. Aren't we hoping to raise the money for the project before we start trading? So yes, she stated in order to confirm her ideas. And 3, can you notice an error? You can pause this video and then find the error. Okay, so the error is, yes, we are. We cannot say that, but we can say, yes, we are. Okay? Yes, we are. And now I would like to go to the next. Okay, everyone, for the second slide, there are 2 different questions. The first is, what tenses are used in the negative question? Letter A, hasn't the weather been awful lately? Present perfect. B, wouldn't you like to live in another country for a year? Second conditional. C, didn't you like the party last night? Simple past because it has the word didn't, did. And letter D, shouldn't people recycle instead of throwing things away? It is in present simple with modal verb. Here the modal verb is shouldn't. And letter A, isn't driving electric cars better for the environment? So the tense is simple present. Okay, so the word driving here is not verb ing, it is called gerund. Okay. And right now, everyone, let's go to the second question. Give short answer to each question. Then add some extra information to support your answer. A, hasn't the weather been awful lately? Yes, it has. Yes, it has means that I agree to see or to express my idea that the weather hasn't been awful lately. And for letter B until letter E here, everyone, you can state the answer by yourself, okay? And I just would like to revise you that if the question asks you in negative questions, if you answer yes, means that you agree to be negative with them. If you answer no, means that you disagree to that negative questions. Okay, and now, simple, I would like to go to the next slide. In the next slide here, there are 3 different people, Mike, Ross, and Alex. And there are 3 different questions to ask you. Who's feeling bored? Worried about the workload? Okay. It also has 3 different questions. 1, who's feeling bored? 2, who's worried about the workload? 3, who's a bit annoyed? Here. Okay, guys, now you can pause this video in order to identify the answer. Okay, so the answer, who's feeling bored? Ross. Why? Let's read. Isn't the meeting even going to end? She feel bored, right? Okay. And who feel worried about the workload? Alex. Why she feel worried? Let's read. Shouldn't we discuss the schedule? We don't have enough time to complete the project. Yes, she worried about the time. Okay, she might not have enough time in order to complete that project. Okay, and 3. Who's a bit annoyed? So Mike. He said that, didn't she check the figure before the meeting? So he did not feel comfortable. He did not feel good. That's why he asked such this question. Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. In the next slides here, everyone, they would like you to complete, okay? They would like you to complete the blank or fill in the blank by using the auxiliary plus negative and apostrophe T. Do you still remember the auxiliary verbs? There are 3. To do, to be, and to have. Okay? So now let's go to the present. The example, they said that the meeting starting at 10. What present tense? What present word do we use? To do, to be, or to have? Plus negative. To be. Isn't the meeting start at 10? If you answer yes, means that you agree with this statement. Even though that person asks you in a feeling or in a kind of feeling surprise. Okay? But if you disagree, if you agree, right? If you agree with this statement, you're gonna say yes. 2. He lives in the same street as you. We use to do. Doesn't he live in the same street as you? And now let's go to the past tense of verb 2. To do, to be, to have. Which one? She used to work for Microsoft. Didn't she used to work for Microsoft? And present perfect. Present perfect, okay, subject plus have past plus verb 3 and plus object. The new computer has been installed yet? Haven't the new computer been installed yet? And we go to the next one. Buttering become more common recently. Pause the video and guess the answer. So the answer is hasn't. Okay. Hasn't buttering become more common recently? And modal verbs. What is it? Can't. Can't we finish tomorrow? Okay. If you say yes means that you also agree with this statement. You can't finish tomorrow. And we go to the next. It'd be better to buy it second hand. Wouldn't it be better to buy it second hand? Okay. So yes, this is the auxiliary verb plus not, right? You can use this structure, okay, with different purposes. Sometimes you already know the structure, but you probably don't know when to use it. Okay, and now let's go to the next slide. I'm going to tell you. Okay, here is the next slide. This slide is about the definitions of the negative question. If you would like to confirm something that you think is true, which can be positive or negative, the structure that we use is past simple. Okay? Didn't I see you talking to Mike? I'm sure I saw you talking to Mike. Okay? And right now, we go to the next. 2. To express surprise that something hasn't happened yet. You're gonna express your feeling of surprise, even though that thing hasn't happened yet, right? But you state your feeling of being surprised. So the structure that you use is perfect. Hasn't the package arrived yet? Okay. haven't you joined the meeting? Okay, so these two sentences talking about feeling surprised. Okay, and you see here, hasn't the package arrived yet? I'm sure the package hasn't arrived by now. So he would like to stay feeling surprised. Okay, and 3, to invite someone to agree with you in a less forceful way. To invite someone to agree with you in a less forceful way. Okay, so the structure that we use, it shouldn't be we finish. It means that we use present modal verbs. Okay, shouldn't we join the meeting? So means that you try to invite someone to agree with your idea, with your point of view, without forcing them. Okay. Shouldn't Bun Hein explain the lesson to Sok Kheng? Yes, it's also a kind of. It is also a way that Bun Hein he tried to invite Sok Kheng to agree with him. Okay. So right now, let's go to the next slide with me together. Coming to this slide is to practice the exercise. Complete the questions with the phrases below. Couldn't they offer? Isn't butter? Doesn't everyone want? Shouldn't we make sure? So do you still remember what are the 3 definitions of the negative questions at the moment? If you do remember it, I think that you are able to do this exercise easily and freely too. But if you are not sure or you are not yet ready for that, I need you to go back to the slide, okay, to the previous slide, and then listen to that instruction again. And now suppose that you have already known about it, and go to this one, this exercise. We arrive on time. Which one? Here. Shouldn't we make sure? Shouldn't we make sure we arrive on time? And 2, the service are decorated. Say are decorators. Okay, so which one? Couldn't they offer their service as decorator? Okay, and number 3, to feel part of the community isn't battering to feel part, or does everyone want to feel part? It must be doesn't everyone want? Okay, and the last one, isn't better a more efficient way to provide local services? Okay. And actually the instruction did not ask us to answer the question, so just complete filling the blank of those 4 questions and then go to the next slide. Next slide, what I want you to do, complete the conversations with the negative questions using the words and phrases in the parentheses. Number 1, I don't know what to do, I'm broke. Okay, so what you need to do is to complete this conversation by using the negative questions. And here are the provided words for you to use. You can pause this video and think about it for a minute before you decide to continue the video. So the answer is, couldn't you try to find a job? Okay. And letter A, I suppose I could, but I don't know what I want to do. And then you need to complete this one. They gave you the word company, reply on your email. So what negative question should we put? The first definition from the second, or from the third definition I explained you earlier. The answer here. Hasn't the company replied your emails? No, it hasn't. I'm very annoyed. The company hasn't replaced the monitor. Okay? So this is the short of explanation about that grammar. And now they suggest you to work in pair have a conversation about your own study and think about it. So we cannot do this, everyone, and I would like to skip. Hope that next day or next week we will discuss with this one again, this grammar again. And now let's go to the grammar wrap up. You can use negative questions to check or to confirm something is true. So what structure? Here, are you coming to the meeting? So means if you ask this type of question means that you try to check or confirm someone you think that is true. And two, to show you are surprised something hasn't happened. What structure? Didn't he phoned yesterday? He said he would. And number three, to invite someone to agree with you in a less forceful way. So what do we use? Shouldn't we tell, okay, negative. Okay, it is a present model verb, okay. So this is the end of the sharing, everyone, and I hope that everyone understood it. And if you have any questions, everyone, just go back to that slide again, and then think, okay, and then re-study about it, reconsider about it, okay. And if you still have any question, you can go to YouTube, or you can go to Google by yourself. But the main point that I would like you to recommend you is to direct to me if you are not clear about this instruction or video. And finally, I would like to say thank you very much, everyone, for your eyes and ear with me. Hope you guys would be fine and be healthy and wealthy together. Especially, I wish that everyone would pass the semester exam. Thank you.